So check this out. Boston is literally colder than Alaska right now, and the models have been dead wrong 3 times straight. This ain't your typical February cold snap. Wind chills are about to nosedive to 30 below across the Northeast by Saturday. 2 clipper systems lined up back to back, ready to wreck the East Coast. Here's what's got me bugging though. Every single time models predict a warm-up, they gotta walk it back. If they miss again, February stays brutal through the 28th. Drop your city below. I'm covering 100 plus cities today. The Euro model just shifted tracks again 3 hours ago. You don't want to miss your forecast. Real talk. Been tracking weather for 10 years, and this February hits different. Models keep correcting colder and snowier every run. Kind of wild, honestly. What we got is a textbook Ridge West, Trough East setup that won't quit. Short waves keep diving through, dumping snow on the same spots over and over. And get this, North Carolina just saw their 3rd snow event in 2 weeks. When does the South get hit like that? This winter ain't playing by the rules. If I miss your region, just drop it in the comments. I read every single one, and I'll hit you back within the hour. Here's the deal. The West is basically boring right now. Nothing happening. Meanwhile, the East is getting absolutely slammed nonstop. Peep the alerts map. Almost nothing west of this line for weeks. But the East lit up with winter advisories and extreme cold watches everywhere. Parts of the Northeast under extreme cold watches for tomorrow. Wind chills putting you at genuine risk. Mid-Atlantic and Ohio Valley under advisories across the board. Winter weather advisories from the Great Lakes through Ohio into West Virginia down to the North Carolina mountains. Couple inches of snow plus ice downwind of the lakes. Clipper diving in with light to moderate snow. Western Appalachians seeing solid accumulations. But Friday night's wind problem? Y'all need to hear this. Friday night into Saturday, we got serious wind issues. Mid-Atlantic could see damaging gusts over 50 miles per hour in exposed areas. Dead serious. Virginia and Carolina Piedmont going to be real windy Saturday. Could see actual wind damage from these gusts. Secure your loose stuff today, not tomorrow. Check the jet stream Friday morning and you'll see it crystal clear. Ridge West, Trough East. Same setup we've been stuck in for weeks. This pattern lets short waves dive through, bringing clipper after clipper. And here's what really worries me about all this. Models kept saying this pattern would break down and warmth would flood in. Every run they correct colder. Every run they add more snow. I'm not making this up. Low pressure going to spawn off the East Coast and really tighten up those isobars. Saturday afternoon into evening, the wind cranks up hard. Talked to a colleague at NWS yesterday. They're seeing the same thing. Models reverting colder on every update. Huge implications for late February. If this pattern holds, and I'm betting it does, more snow events for the East through month end, maybe into early March. No cap. All right, let's hit cities. Moving fast, because that's why most of y'all clicked. Starting northeast, where tomorrow's going to be brutal and potentially dangerous. NYC sitting at 30 and 18, with light snow possible, then dangerous wind chills. All 5 boroughs locked in the freeze. Boston at 30 and 15, very cold with snow squalls likely. Wind chills making it feel like 5 below. Steps outside and it just hits you. Worcester, same brutal range. Philly at 35 and 20, cold surge with possible light snow. Allentown 38 and 20, Reading 40 and 22. Eastern Pennsylvania all locked in this cold outbreak. DC at 40 and 24, Arctic blast with light snow possible. Baltimore 38 and 22. Whole DMV frigid tomorrow with dangerous wind chills. Upstate New York, absolutely brutal. Buffalo at 28 and 14, lake snow plus very cold. Rochester, same. Syracuse, 30 and 15, lake effect possible. Y'all built different up there. Now check this temperature spread. Boston at 30, while Miami sitting at 76. That's a 46-degree difference across one country. Let that sink in. That massive temp gradient is literally the engine driving these clipper systems one after another. Atmosphere trying to balance itself, and spoiler, it ain't done yet. Here's what nobody else is talking about, though. The economic hit from this relentless cold is no joke. Got a message from a viewer in Michigan yesterday. Her heating bill last month was $380. Normally it's around $150. More than double. That's one family times millions across the cold belt. This pattern isn't just uncomfortable, it's economically devastating for folks trying to pay these bills. Great Lakes region, dangerously cold. Chicago at 28 and 12, very cold Arctic air with lake effect snow and squalls. Detroit, 28 and 10, extreme cold with lake snow. Milwaukee at 26 and 10, bitterly cold lake snow. Madison, same. Entire Wisconsin in the deep freeze with wind chills that'll literally hurt your face. Minneapolis at 22 and 5, dangerously frigid with sub-zero wind chills. St. Paul, same brutal conditions. Frostbite in 10 minutes weather. Cover everything up. Cleveland at 30 and 14, very cold, lake effect snow. Akron, Canton, Youngstown, all 32 and 16 to 18, frigid. Toledo, 28 and 12, locked in dangerous cold. Ohio Valley, Columbus at 32 and 18, frigid, possible snow showers. Cincinnati, 38 and 20, Dayton, 35 and 18, whole I-71 corridor, locked in cold. Indy at 32 and 16, dangerously cold wind chills. Fort Wayne, 30 and 14, South Bend, 30 and 15, frigid. Northern Indiana, seeing the worst as usual. Quick question for y'all. Are you seeing snow yet where you're at? Drop your city and current conditions because I'm tracking real-time ground truth here. Mid-Atlantic Southeast, Charlotte at 48 and 28, cool with light wintry chance fading. Raleigh 52 and 32, Durham same. Greensboro 50 and 30. North Carolina Piedmont moderating but mountains getting hammered. Asheville and higher elevations seeing solid snow right now. Western Blue Ridge piling up. Virginia cities, Richmond at 48 and 32. Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, all 48 and 32. Cold, but manageable. Tidewater catching a break, finally. Atlanta at 52 and 32, above normal chill. Birmingham, same. Montgomery, 55 and 35. Alabama City's cool, but recovering from that earlier freeze. Now here's what just dropped on the overnight Euro run. The pattern we thought would break around the 15th is showing persistence. Not budging. What's that mean? More clippers, more cold shots, more snow potential for the east? If you're in the snow belt, pay attention to this development. GFS wants to break the pattern faster. Euro says not so fast. And when they disagree like this, the Euro usually wins. I'm leaning Euro on this call. If I'm wrong, and warmth floods in by the 15th, call me out. But I'm putting my forecast out there. This pattern has serious staying power through month end. South and Gulf Florida looking wild. Miami at 76 and 66, warm tropical. Tampa 70 and 56. Orlando similar. Jacksonville 62 and 44, mild after those freeze scares. Gulf Cities, New Orleans at 62 and 48, mild. Baton Rouge, same. Mobile 58 and 40. Pensacola, similar. The Louisiana coast, moderate temps right now. Texas Triangle, Houston at 58 and 42, cool, mild, dry. Dallas 52 and 32, chilly, no major precip. Fort Worth 54 and 34. DFW, cool but manageable. Oklahoma, OKC at 48 and 28, cool, transitional. Tulsa, same. Plain States, Kansas City, 38 and 22, cold. Wichita, 42 and 22. Kansas, locked in chill. Nebraska, Omaha at 35 and 18, cold. Lincoln, 36 and 18. Dakota's, brutal. Sioux Falls, 25 and 8, bitter cold. Fargo, 20 and 0, extreme. Genuinely dangerous temps. Take a breath, y'all. We're about halfway through. How we doing down there? Has your city come up yet? Drop it if I haven't hit yours. Mountain West, Denver at 48 and 26, cool with mountain snow nearby. Colorado Springs, 46 and 22. Aurora, 46 and 24. Front Range, moderate overall. Southwest, warm and dry. Phoenix at 72 and 50. Tucson, 70 and 46. Mesa, Scottsdale, Gilbert, all low 70s. Arizona, absolutely perfect while the east freezes. Nevada, Vegas, Henderson, North Las Vegas, all 62 and 42. Reno, 45 and 28, cooler mountains. California, gorgeous across the board, living your best life out west. LA at 70 and 52, mild, sunny. San Diego, 68 and 52, pleasant, dry. Orange County, Anaheim, Santa Ana, both 70 and 52. SoCal, just perfect right now. Bay Area, SF at 60 and 48, mild, foggy. Oakland, 60 and 46. San Jose, 62 and 46. Central Valley, Sacramento, Fresno, Bakersfield, all low 60s, mild. Pacific Northwest, Seattle at 52 and 42, rainy, no low-level snow. Portland, 52 and 40, wet. I-5 corridor, rainy but mild, typical winter for y'all. Got over 150 cities in the description. Find yours and drop questions below. I answer every single one, I promise. All right, here's your 72-hour timeline. Today, Thursday, Clipper moving through, bringing light snow to the east as we speak. Tonight into Friday morning, snow continues. Great Lakes, Ohio Valley seeing accumulations. Downwind lake effect pumping totals in the usual spots like Erie and Buffalo. Friday afternoon system pushes offshore. But here's where it gets spicy. Low pressure develops off the coast and starts cranking up like crazy. Check this pressure drop. Down to the 970s. Friday night into Saturday, isobars tighten up big time. Wind really picks up across mid-Atlantic. Serious stuff. Saturday afternoon, wind peaks. Virginia, Carolina, Piedmont could see scattered power outages. Not just breezy, legitimately strong wind that can cause damage. Saturday night into Sunday, wind finally relaxes, but cold settles in hard. Sunday morning, some of the coldest temps of winter for many northern locations. Now, let me show you what's setting up for late February. This is where models keep flip-flopping and why I think they're consistently wrong. Around the 15th through 18th models have been forecasting pattern breakdown. Warmth flooding in, ridge building east. We've seen this exact forecast 3 times already. Every time they forecast it, every time it doesn't happen, pattern corrects back colder. And here's why this time is absolutely no different. Polar vortex position, Pacific jet configuration, blocking over Greenland. All the fundamental drivers favor continued troughing, east ridging west through month end. Until those drivers change, the pattern won't break. And I'm not seeing signals for that change in extended range. So what's that mean for you? If you're in the snow belt, expect more clippers through end of February. Cold belt, expect continued below normal temps. If you're paying heating bills, budget accordingly. This pattern has serious staying power. We might see brief, moderate periods, but overall theme is cold active east, mild boring west. What you need to do to prep for this weekend. If you're in the wind zone, mid-Atlantic Piedmont, secure loose objects now. Patio furniture, trampolines, anything that can blow. Charge devices now. If wind causes outages, you need communication. Generators outside away from windows. Carbon monoxide kills people every winter. No smell, no warning. Extreme cold zone, Great Lakes, upper Midwest. Check on elderly neighbors. Quick call could literally save a life. Pets inside, period. No exceptions. Stock up on rock salt ice melt. Selling out in some areas. Heating oil propane, get tanks filled. Firewood if you got a fireplace or wood stove. Winterized pipes in unheated spaces. Sunday morning cold could cause bursts. Let faucets drip in extreme cold. Water cost way less than plumbing repairs. Know where warming centers are. Addresses on paper, not phone. If you travel Saturday, watch the wind. High-profile vehicles vulnerable to crosswinds on bridges. Wrapping up here are 4 things on my radar. 1, clipper snow today through Friday morning. Great Lakes, Ohio Valley, Appalachians seeing accumulations now. 2, weekend wind event Friday night through Saturday. Mid-Atlantic Piedmont seeing potentially damaging gusts. Secure loose objects right now. 3, extreme cold Sunday morning. Some locations coldest temps of winter. Upper Midwest, Northeast, highest risk. Wind chills genuinely dangerous. 4, pattern persistence through month end. Models keep forecasting warm up that doesn't arrive. I'm betting continued cold and snow east. That's what I'm watching on tonight's runs. If Euro shows persistence, while GFS breaks down that divergence, tells us something important. If this helps smash that like button, makes a massive difference getting weather info to people who need it when dangerous conditions are coming. What region should I dive deeper on tomorrow? Are you sick of this cold or loving winter weather? Drop it in the comments. Subscribe if you haven't, because this pattern stays active. Don't want to miss updates, especially tracking whether models finally get it right or miss for the 4th time. Here's my prediction. They're wrong again. Pattern persists cold through February 28th into early March before genuine breakdown. Mark my words. Stay warm, stay safe, get through this weekend wind and cold. Model's been wrong 3 times already. Why would the 4th be any different? Appreciate every one of y'all trusting me with your forecast. Take care of yourselves and each other out there. See you tomorrow morning with the latest.